Well, we went to Las Vegas. We went to bed early.
Yeah.
We brushed our teeth.
anything.
We watched Frasier. And we woke up and we went to the next place, and that was our time in Vegas.
In my head, I shouldn't have dreamt that I stayed in your bed. Oh no.
Yeah, we were playing music. I was playing solo music for a couple of years, and then we formed out of that. We played a few shows under my solo name and did a few of those songs, and then we decided to write some new songs and be a new band. We played the one show with Passion Pit. It was our first show in January of 2010, so a little over a year ago. And then there was a lot of people there. It was Passion Pit, and they were gracious enough to let us play with them. And we were pretty nervous, but that's over. And I think it was a successful show. The band sound, well, first of all, the band sound I feel like is different than we were a year ago when we played that show, because it was our first show ever, and we were very new sounding. And but yeah, we've sort of grown over the last year. The solo stuff it's very different. It's more realized. It's a full band. We all contribute to writing the songs. So it's not just one person's brain. It's three brains.
Don't go, don't stay, don't go, come back again. Don't go, don't stay, don't go.
I think we're getting into taking turns swapping instruments and swapping pedals and learning about the different aspects of the songs the further we get into them, whether they be like the couple of older songs that we've been playing for a year or like all of the new songs that we're doing. We're sort of exploring each part of it, dissecting it, bit by bit, and thinking about the words, thinking about the delay trails, thinking about the snare sound, thinking about what we're doing with everything. I think it's a lot more thought out process this time. Low lights, I think it helps our music when we're playing under bright white lights. It's hard to play. It's hard to focus when there's lights shining in your eyes, and I can't focus that well.
It's nice to have an atmosphere to listen to music in. It's not just an oral thing, it's also visual. So we want to hit people from all fronts.
Yeah, hit people from all fronts with atmosphere. And then the black thing is basically, clean slate. Like, it's a new band, it's an equal plane. It was, like wipe it all, like a blank canvas, like a black canvas. That's it. There's always an edge of urgency when you're playing live, especially with the electronic setup that we have, and the drum machines sync to synthesizers via MIDI chords, and no laptops and all of that. When you're in the studio and you're recording electronic music, you can tweak everything until your heart's content, and like always to go back and change if you're doing certain things. But you just sort of got to go with it live, and especially with electronics, there's always something that just doesn't quite sound right. In certain venues, it's very rare that you have like a perfect sounding show on stage, but you get through it, and take the good and the bad.
I've been in my other mind, we're apart for longer times, dancing in cold shadows.
It's one of those funny questions now. We're kind of halfway in the middle of a sentence, so as much as we'd like to say, we're still finding out ourselves. We've got the better part of an album ready to go, but still a long way to come with tracking, and I guess that's the point where you really either have your statement or you don't.
There's no real way to tell when it's going to come out, because we have no idea. It could come out in the fall, it could come out next summer. It's just whenever the album is done, it's done. And there's no rush. I feel like a lot of bands, especially with the internet now, or sort of like rushing to get albums out, and you know, maybe that's a good thing to go with it while it's a certain way, but I think it's better to just make sure you have a proper album that you're comfortable with. I guess the moment, you know, you stop each song, like, would be that split second where it's the last note and I press stop on the drum machine, or I hit the cymbal, or you're holding the last note. That's sort of my favorite part about performing, and like, you know, that song's over, it's either on to the next or on to whatever you're doing after you're playing.
It's not good enough, you fight. Boy, it took you long enough. And
Hi, we're BRAHMS. Check us out on Baeblemusic.com.
twisted.